What's up, YouTube? This is DBZ49 bringing you one of the top five decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. That is Qliphort's. Really easy to play. You could say it's probably a helmet. Very heavy anti-meta deck. I really like it. And without any further ado, let's go into the deck. Starting off the monsters, we got Double Scout. Obviously, you pay 800 to search. Um, the one monolith. Some people run two. I'd like to run one because my deck's really heavy, trap heavy, and so what he does every time you tribute summon, the amount of monsters you tributed, you get to draw. And obviously, with the Klee effects and the pendulum, you can't special summon any other monsters besides Klee monsters. Next you have triple carrier. When he's tributed, you get to bounce one monster, I believe, on your opponent's side of the field. Um, and yeah, I mean he's usually like your tribute fodder, and just a general effect for Klee monsters. When they're normal summoned, they become level 4, and they get 1800 attack. So yeah. Next we have triple helix. Same thing as carrier, but it's an MST when it's tributed. Same thing with level 4, 1800 attack. Let's see. Next, you run triple stealth. Really good card. If you use it to tribute summon, you can target one card in your post out of the field, and that card can't be responded. And when you target that card goes to your opponent's hand. And yeah, and when he's in the pendulum, all clean monsters, I believe, gain a power boost of 300 attack. Next, you have one cephalopod. Usually, people run one shell instead or double disc, but I like cephalopod because he can go for game. But he's very citable. What he does is when he's tribute summoned, the difference or the amount of monsters your opponent has in their graveyard and the difference between that from your graveyard and practically you have no graveyard, um, you gain 300 life points for each of those monsters and your opponent loses 300 life points. So you lose a lot of life points with Scout Effect, and then you can burn your opponent for game. So that's pretty good. Next, you have one disc. Some people run two, maybe even three if you're playing Turbo Towers, which I'm not. But I think one suffice because you just speed through the deck so hard, like you don't really need to. But anyways, when he's tribute summoned, you get to special summon two clean monsters from your deck, and they're destroyed at the end phase, which doesn't matter because you can just pendulum summon back those monsters in the next turn. Next, you have one towers, probably the biggest boss card in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. When he's tribute summoned, actually, he can't be affected by any other card effects, including monsters with level 10 or rank 10 less than him. He can't be affected by spells or traps, and once per turn, you can activate its effect. Your opponent's forced to send one monster from his side of the field or hand to the one monster and send it to the graveyard. And all special summon monsters lose 500 attack, which kind of sucks because every time you pendulum summon, your monsters also lose 500 attack and defense. So yeah, the only way you can get rid of towers really is to like beat over it, and you use cards like Honest or whatever. But some people don't run that stuff, so people really have a tough time when they see towers. Next on to the spells. This aside, one sacrifice. Obviously, you can only run one. When you attach it to a clean monster, it can't be destroyed by battle, and it's treated as two tribute summon sacrifices. So that's really good. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to search a clean monster, I believe, or a clean card, a clean monster. So yeah. Next, you run triple summoner's art, searches out your scout and monolith. Then you run triple upstart for speeding through the deck, getting to your scouts as fast as possible and whatnot. Next, you have double duality, double MST, and one Regeki. So yeah, that's it for the spells. And onto the traps. We run triple Phoenix Chains, double lose one turns. People are like, how do you usually activate lose one turns because you have special summon monsters on your side of the field? Well, usually, in your first play, you have a normal summon clean monster on your side of the field, so that's when you can activate it. Or when your board's like has no monsters, you can activate it. So like when you summon towers or whatever, then you can activate lose one turn. It just hurts so many decks. It's probably like one of the best trap cards in the game. Next, you have Double Mind Crush, Double Mirror Force, one Recreate. It has a long effect, so I'm just going to read it. If a monster's normal or flip summon and is level 4 or lower monster, negates effect until the end of this turn. If a monster special summon and it is a level 5 or higher monster, negates effect until the end of this turn. Also banish it when it leaves the field. If there is no Qliphort card on the field except Recreate, send this card to the graveyard. So pretty much, it can shut down a lot of decks, but when your opponent like XZs and stuff, that's when it pretty much becomes useless. So yeah. And then next you have one skill drain, one vanities, and one torrential. So onto the side deck real quick. You run one Vanity's Fiend, double Wavering Eyes, really good, especially in the mirror match because they're gonna try to MST your scouts and stuff, and so you can just Wavering Eyes and destroy their pendulums as well as yours to search and gain other effects. That's pretty good. And the best side deck card probably I have is probably Prohibition. This deck's really vulnerable to Fairy Wind, and so Prohibition could stop that when you draw it your first turn. Next, you have Climate Change. Also, kind of like the reason why you have Prohibition because your scouts are probably going to die second round and third round, and so you have to get it back in order to win the game. So that's why you run one Climate Change. Next, you want to run one Soul Drain. You don't use your graveyard at all. Double Iron or Imperial Iron Wall. Double Rivalry of the Warlords. You have all machine type monsters. You never go into your extra deck really, so this hurts a lot of decks. Double Shadow and Double Light. Alright, now onto the extra deck, which you don't even go into. In fact, I don't even have a full extra deck because um, I've only went into him once out of every single duel I've played with Cleese, and all these are just generic rank 4s. Like, you don't even need them. XYZ 101, Castell, Cowboy, Diamond, Ptolemaeus, Karen Gorgon, Heartland, Rhapsody, Roach, Dweller. I mean, I guess these are the most generic rank 4s you can play. I think this is like only 12 rank 4s, but like I said, you don't even go into rank 4s that much. So, anyways, thank you YouTube for watching. I'm going to be posting more deck profiles, so please check them out. Also, click the like button and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please post them down below the video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.